Hello, this is Greenhat-Redbeard Adventures. This is going to be a video review about my stainless steel mess kit that I got recently. The reason why I got this recently was because of my cast iron frying pan. My cast iron, as great as it is, unfortunately is rather big, bulky, and very heavy, and it's very unpractical to be carrying it around such long distances into the woods on those really long day hikes, or even on those days where I'm going camping. I just rather not have that extra weight in my backpack if it's unnecessary. So I was looking for a smaller frying pan with a folding handle, and I used to have one of these many years ago, but back at that time, I couldn't cook worth a damn, and I didn't know very much about outdoor cooking at the time, so I ended up getting rid of it. But I saw this there, it was on for cheap, it was nice, clean, practically brand new, and I decided, you know what, let's pull the trigger on it, let's see what happens. And I've had it for about 2 months now, and this stainless steel mess kit has been doing me quite well. And I'm going to open, and as you can see from the bottom, obviously there's some black on it, and it was basically, I cleaned off the black at work today to help. So I was hoping to reduce the amount I cleaned it on the bottom so I wouldn't get the black all over my fingers, but it looks like I got black on my fingers anyway, so oh well. So before I open this up, let's take a look at the overall size. I am sorry to say I do not know what the weight of this is, but it is pretty decently light. So overall size, lengthwise, with the lid closed, is 8.5 inches long from the one end to the other. Widthwise is about 6 3/4, and the height is 2 1/8. If you're hearing all those creaking and croaking, it's from the chair. The chair is not a very good chair that I'm sitting in, but I apologize for that. So from this kit, the handle folds over top of here. The lid is here. The handle folds over top of the lid, locks it in place. You're going to notice the holes that are in the handle there. So let's open this up here. Let's take this lid off. Stick it to the side for the moment. Now the purpose of these holes I drilled, that's the modification I made to this, is just basically the purpose of these holes is to lighten the weight of the handle. Because I noticed when I put the frying pan down, what happens is that it has sort of like a teeter-totter effect. It's not, has a bit of a balance issue. So I drilled those holes to reduce the weight in the handle. So now when I put it down, it stays perfectly flat and doesn't move. And that's something I was really concerned about, especially when I put it on my wood stove. I didn't want to be in a position of where it accidentally just flops over. And that's when it's empty, but obviously when there's food in it, that's not an issue. But now that I'm thinking about it, it might actually, if I put this over hot embers to cook with, it might help with cooling the handle down a little bit too, a little bit faster as well. So as you can see, obviously I've been using it. It was nice and sparkling clean when I first got this. Nice great thing about this is that it comes with the dish as well. The dish is also practically clean and unused. It was nice and sparkling clean. I've only used this for food twice now. The downside to this, when putting hot food in it, of course, obviously that this is stainless steel. So if you're holding it in your hand, it's likely going to burn your fingers because of the hot food that's in it. So I do recommend having a rag in your hand or a glove, or just put the thing on the table and leave it there. I like the fact that it has this little clip here. I was looking it up online and I didn't realize it, but this clip actually doubles for hanging, but also for the fact that when you have close it up and put the handle over top, apparently if you fold this down this way, it locks it in place a little bit extra so it doesn't flop open on you. Something I didn't know about until after I looked it up, but excuse me. So overall, I've been using this frying pan, as I said before, about 2 months now. I've cooked some chicken thighs in this, steak, pork chop. I've had some water in here just for the sake of boiling some water because I didn't have my regular cooking pot with me at the time. I actually made coffee in this for fun just one day, and all in all, it's been treating me very nicely. The downside is that food does tend to stick, so you do have to, get on top of that, just try to scrape it a little bit. But overall, afterwards, I have burnt the bottom of the pan. And if you put a nice good soap, nice warm water, and give it a good solid scrubbing, it gets all that nice dark burnt stuff right off, and gets it nice and clean. Obviously, I need to clean this one a little bit better since the last time I've used it. But all in all, I've been using, like I said, I had tandoori chicken thighs in this last weekend, having myself a nice picnic. And with the wood stove burning away, the handle stayed nice and cool the entire time. I didn't need to put a glove on or anything for that. So, but if I'm going to put this on a fire, hot embers, like I did with my old one so many years ago, then obviously you're going to need a glove or something like that to grab it with. One other downside that I've also noticed, and haven't figured out how to fix it yet, is this. Now, obviously there's a hinge there for opening it up, but I noticed that if I have a hole like this and I want to just like pour something out, this is going to happen. As I pour it, it's going to do this. It's going to be like rip, and then come back at me, potentially burn my hand, or just spill it all over the place. If that's like as I said before, I tried to making coffee in here before. As I'm trying to pour it into the cup, I would have to pour it up like this. If I try to pour it on the sideways, it just falls right over like that. You have to figure out a way to put a piece, or thinking about putting a block of wood in here as a temporary thing, just stick it in there to help prevent it, but I haven't really gotten around to trying yet. But not a big deal so far. But like I said, this is about using this instead of the cast iron frying pan way out into the wilderness, and lessens the load, weight, and such. And I also have a nice dish to go with as well. And also, especially when I was doing the tandoori chicken thighs, I realized when I put the meat in there and I put the lid on top and then cook it up with the lid on top, the cook time just sped right up, and it was just made it so much more quicker to cook with a nice lid on the top of there as well. I also like the fact that it has that lid, so this doubles as a lid if it's small enough, of course. And what I keep inside of this kit as well is I keep just a nice little rag in here, and I got some utensils. These are just aluminum, so it keeps it nice lightweight. And I stick that right in there like that. Stick the lid right on there. Bring this over. It latches on. Speaking of which, this here latches on the lip of that. And then, of course, as I learned before, I can give it a second sort of like a double lock type thing. And there you go. Simple, easy, but effective. I was looking up the information on some of these, and with the U.S., this is the U.S. Mess kit. Apparently, they stopped using this in the U.S. military around 2002 because of the fact of now, instead of using frying pans and kits like this while out in the field, now they have the MREs with the little those preheating bags where it's like a chemical reaction. It heats your water, heats your food for you, all in the bag. I'm not sure how it works, but that's what they're using now instead of these. So these have been available to the civilian market since then. And some kits come with more, some kits come with less. Some of them are used, some of them are damaged. But this one here was relatively new. It was sparkling clean when I got it. And although I did wash it before using it for my first time, it's just good practice in general. It's a good thing to try doing, is just to wash it before use. And, well, I'm going to take it with me out this weekend because I'm probably going to go out into the bush this weekend, just hang out for the full day, just enjoy myself, be me, and relax, maybe have a picnic. I'm not sure what it is I'm going to make, but I'll probably have this with me. So this is Greenhat-Redbeard Adventures. Stay safe and have fun.